All right, welcome to Falcon Blues TV. Everton 0, Crystal Palace 0 at Selhurst Park in a game where it was literally we couldn't afford to lose, and thankfully we haven't done that. The results haven't quite gone our way, and we've dropped into the bottom three. Leicester winning against Wolves, but Forest losing and Southampton drawing last night has kept them in the bottom three as well. It's only just now that we put Everton in there. And we didn't lose. I think that's the main thing that I've got to keep looking at it. That's probably one of the few positives that I can take from today. Another positive, Dominic Calvert-Lewin making a full 90 minutes, which was brilliant. And hopefully now we can just get him wrapped in cotton wool, bubble wrap and anything else, and just have him fit and ready for Thursday, because we're going to need him with this running. We're probably going to need 4 wins out of the last games that we've got. And that's going to be a struggle. I think we've got creative players who don't create anything, and that's going to be our downfall. I've just got to hope that the teams that are around us and teams that are above us, again, we're relying on other teams, and it shouldn't be. We're going into a game against Newcastle on Thursday where it's going to be, they're looking for the Champions League spot, and then you've got Man City looking for, the title. So these are games that aren't going to, they're not going to be taken lightly by Newcastle and Man City as our next 2 home games. So we're going to really have to pull up our socks and do something about it. But to look at the game today, the first half wasn't great. I think we had a rough 30 minutes really where we didn't look good. We couldn't string a couple of passes together. Mason Holgate, I'll come on to a bit further on because we'll talk about that in the second half, we just got battered all game. Jordan Ayew just absolutely laced them, just for pace all day. But then we had players like Michalenko, we had players like Idrissa Gueye and Holgate there who just couldn't string a pass together. Damari Gray, very, very just non-existent throughout the game. Same with James Garner. Idrissa Gueye ran around a bit, but I didn't see enough of him to actually see, what he was actually trying to create. The only one that actually looked like either creating something there was Iwobi, because he didn't stop running all game, and credit to him, but it's not enough. We had a couple of odd shots in the first half where we could have got something from it maybe, and the same in the second half. Second half was no different. Maybe being able to get something more from the second half, to be honest with you, but in the end it comes to naught, because we were chasing the game and we were down to 10 men for the better part of 10-15 minutes in the latter stages there. Going back to the red cards on Holgate, it's the first one was a very tame, very weird yellow card that shouldn't have been given really, but you can see why the referee's done it, because he was crap. Then the second half, it's a big punt out from Jordan Pickford, and Jordan Ayew stole in and got ahead of Mason Holgate on the right towards the halfway line, and they've had to chase each other down. Holgate's got in with the tackle. It's not late. It's a right back's tackle. You know what I mean? It's that kind of tackle that you would see someone put in. It's just a big slidey, and it's just gone wrong, and he's been given a red card. I'm disappointed in how that's gone, but I'm really pissed off with Sean Dyche on that. Every Evertonian, you look through social media, you look through everything, everyone knew that he was a walking red card once he got that yellow, and he didn't change it. And that's, bring on Ben Godfrey for that second half, just take him off, because he was absolutely battered by Ayew and Elise all game. The pair of them absolutely had him on toast. Damari Gray didn't check back and help him out. There was no support for him, and that's all that matters to it. And then we were chasing the game for like the last 10 minutes. They had 10 men, we had 10 men, but again though, Palace didn't really look like scoring, which has surprised me given how many chances and how many shots on target they've had, and they've hit a bit of a rich vein of form, but they've always been in and about like the 10th and 11th place anyway, so they're well out of that relegation spot. But there just seemed to be that Everton could have done more in that second half, really, because Palace didn't seem to come out much and do anything. And now I am nervous though, looking at this, because I'm thinking about this a bit too much now, I suppose. just because of where we are. We probably could have nicked it, maybe not. I don't know. We're not creating enough chances. We probably didn't create enough chances there for Calvert-Lewin. And you just got to wonder where the goals are coming from, because this is a side that doesn't create chances. And I don't know. I don't get what is going on. You can tell me that these players are crap. They're not. These players are good enough to get themselves to not be in that position. This is my personal opinion on it, but I just think even with Dyche, are we playing a similar style? Are we trying to try and be that team that is hard to beat and doesn't create chances? We don't want Evertonians don't want to see that. Obviously, we'll hopefully see something different next season if we stay in the Premier League and whatever. And I just think that you look at it's a weird one, because Hodgson has suddenly got Palace playing well. It's like what are teams doing that we're not? But what are these managers doing that we're not? Are they just not giving anything? Is it the players just not giving a toss? I don't know. I'm just starting to worry and just think about different things now, and just come up with anything that'll make me feel better more than anything. But ultimately, in conclusion, we just didn't create chances. Great that Calvert-Lewin's back, but if you're going to make changes up top, if we're having to make forced changes at the back for Mykolenko, for Coleman being out, Tarkowski and Michael Keane, I think that there's got to be shouts now for someone like Yerry Mina coming in ahead of Michael Keane, or even put what harm is it going to do? If he gets injured, then it's him. Then we know what Yerry Mina is like, but he hasn't played since January. So what is the problem? And I think the fortunate thing is Thursday we'll have Decore back. We should have Onana back, and we can go back to that proper three of Onana, Idrissa Gueye and Decore. I just don't think that James Garner is up to it at the minute. I think it's only his first, the third start all season, so it's going to take a while for him to get fitness and get a bit of composure. But I just think we've got to start creating chances for this side. We've got to start creating chances for the strikers. The attacking midfielders have got to do more. People like Iwobi, run round all you need to, but please just have a shot. Just have a crack. Just have a dig at goal. I think you did, and you flashed it wide, or I think the keeper got on the end of it. More of that. Start testing keepers. I don't get why we're just not taking shots and we're not taking any kind of chances. And we need to address this fast, because it's going to come to, we're not going to get the points we need to stay up. And like I said, we need at least 4 wins here out of the next 6 or 7 games. And who knows? Everton, what are you doing to me? You're ruining me Saturday every weekend. I've just had enough, so I'll get it sorted. Lastly, obviously, we saw Bill Kenwright's letter to the club, or to the fans, yesterday. Worst timing you could ever have possibly imagined. The narcissism in the letter is just unbelievable, yet believable at the same time, because you know exactly what he's like. You knew it. It's poor timing because it didn't need to come out. But who in the club is signing that off and sanctioning, going, yeah, that's a great letter, that, Bill. I'm sure the fans will love that. Go and do that. Unless it's someone in there who's literally out there to sabotage Bill Kenwright as well, to say, listen, you're just gonna alienate yourself even more. You're just gonna piss off more fans. You're just gonna make everyone hate you more than you actually are at the moment. Yeah, you've mentioned ill health. Then take the hint. Take the hint and fall on your sword then, and just say, listen, my health's more important than this club. But he won't say that, because he'll go, my health's more important, Everton's more important than my health and stuff like this, because he's such a lovey and he's so, he's that kind of person. But listen, honestly, no one would, if you said, listen, my health's not good enough, I want to give this club over to someone who knows what they're doing, I think everyone would actually give you a bit more respect. It's just poor timing, and it looks like he's not going to leave until they carry him out in the box, and unfortunately, that's him. That's unfair to the club, and probably to him. He doesn't need it, and we just need to be just. I suppose patience is probably the word. We should be be a bit. We need to just be patient. It's going to happen. He's going to end up going. Machiri's obviously looking at further investments and stuff like that. I think come the end of the season, he'll be gone, and I think we just need to ride this storm out. And I think the fans need to. It's going to be difficult because it's on everyone's minds every day. The fans, my personal opinion, we just need to forget about the board, forget about Baxendale, forget about Kenwright, forget about Mashiri, Sharp, Ingles, whoever. Just fuck them off and don't give a toss about them and start concentrating on just being behind this team the way we are. We need it. This team needs the fans more than we need the board right now. We don't need the board. Don't attend, so ignore it. If you want to carry on with the protest, by all means, be my guest. I'm not going to stop that. But I just think we need to just go, nah, it's all about, it's Everton, it's us and them. They're not part of Everton Football Club anymore, so forget about them. Just the way you would with anything else. If they're not part of the club, fine. If they're not part of something else in your life, fine, you forget about it. But let's move on to Thursday. Thursday's massive. Like I said, we need at least 4 wins out of the next 7-8 games that we've got left. It's going to be tough. Thursday's going to be really tough. But let's back the lads. Let's get behind the team. And hopefully we'll all be cheering on Thursday night instead. So let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to the channel. We always appreciate it. Up the fucking toffees. Colin Chong. See you in a bit.